Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ini adalah hasil dari kerja kelompok kami yang bertemakan Industrial Ergonomic in Work Environment yang beranggotakan yang pertama Rehan Dani Alfaris dengan NIM 23522 145. Yang kedua Muklisin Abdullah 23522 084. Yang ketiga Rahmalia Yunita 23522 105. Yang keempat M. Dimas Bramantio dengan NIM 23522 135. Dan yang terakhir Sandi Darmawan dengan NIM 23522 093. Masuk pada materi yang akan dibacakan oleh rekan saya.
Ya,
Waktu dan tempat saya
selanjutnya,
silakan.
selanjutnya, what is work environment? Work environment atau lingkungan kerja mengacu pada keseluruhan kondisi fisik, sosial, dan psikologis di mana seorang bekerja dan mencakup berbagai kondisi yang mempengaruhi produktivitas, kesejahteraan, dan kepuasan karyawan pada sebuah kantor atau perusahaan.
Lalu, apa sih hubungannya dengan industri? Jadi, work environment dalam industri itu merujuk pada kondisi fisik, sosial, dan juga budaya di mana pekerjaan tersebut dilakukan. Nah, hal ini juga mencakup dengan segala hal dari tata letak fisik, peralatan, kebijakan perusahaan, sehingga interaksi antar karyawannya sendiri.
Selanjutnya, jenis work environment. Physical environment. Yang pertama, jenis kondisi yang berada pada tempat kerja yang berbentuk fisik, yang mempengaruhi karyawan baik secara langsung maupun tidak langsung. Ini mencakup aspek fisik tempat kerja seperti pencahayaan, suhu, tata letak ruang, tingkat kebisingan, dan fasilitas yang tersedia. Selanjutnya ada social environment, meliputi hubungan antara karyawan, interaksi dengan atasan, dan budaya perusahaan yang lebih luas. Beberapa faktor yang mempengaruhi. Satu, faktor latar belakang keluarga. Dua, hierarki jabatan dalam perusahaan. Yang ketiga, faktor hubungan kerja dalam perusahaan. Yang selanjutnya ada psychological environment. Ini berkaitan dengan suasana psikologis di tempat kerja seperti tingkat stres, tekanan kerja, motivasi, dan dukungan emosional yang diterima karyawan.
Selanjutnya, manfaat mempelajari industrial agronomik dalam work environment. Yang pertama, dapat meningkatkan produktivitas karyawan di lingkungan kerja. Kedua, meningkatkan kepuasan kerja karyawan karena fasilitas dan kondisi yang baik untuk karyawan. Ketiga, membantu perusahaan dalam mempertahankan karyawan. Keempat, memicu peningkatan ide kreatif dan inovasi baru pada antar karyawan. Dan kelima adalah meningkatkan kerja sama antar tim departemen sehingga dapat menyelesaikan masalah dan mendapatkan tujuan bersama. Selanjutnya adalah review jurnal artikel. Untuk yang pertama, memiliki judul The Optimization Production of Small Enterprise Based Ergonomic Perspective. Ditulis oleh Anang Ferry Ramadan Pratama dan Kukuh Lukianto pada tahun 2021. Research Objective. The object of the study include various ergonomic dimensions such as physical, organizational, cognitive, and psychological aspects. These dimensions are critical as they collectively influence employee performance and satisfaction. Methodology subject-object. The study employs a qualitative phenomenological method to explore the implementation of ergonomics in micro and medium enterprises. Focusing on the worker viewpoints, this methodological approach is particularly effective in revealing the nuanced challenge and perception related to ergonomic practices within this business context. The subjects discussed in the journal primarily revolve around micro and medium enterprises, particularly focusing on the challenges faced by novice business owner in implementing ergonomic principles. The result and the discussion. Result for the study revealed that the implementation of ergonomics is not maximized in the micro businesses, leading to various problems including disturbance in movement, comfort, and body position, as well as low motivation along worker to improve ergonomic condition. The research underscores that work targets should be aligned with the capabilities of worker to mitigate fatigue and stress, which are detrimental to employee satisfaction and productivity. So the conclusion is, in conclusion, the study advocate for a redesign of work activities and environment to enhance employee welfare and productivity. It suggests that addressing ergonomic issues through strategic modification can lead to improved operational efficiency in micro and medium enterprises. The finding call for increased awareness and education regarding ergonomic practices among small business owners to foster a healthier and more productive work environment.
Lalu yang kedua dengan judul Implementasi of Macroergonomic Participatory in Physical Work Environment, Literature Review yang ditulis oleh Muhammad Chandra, Rosnani Ginting, Anan Listiani, Nurul Huda pada tahun 2023. Research objective. The object of the research in the journal article by Chandra focus on the implementation and effectiveness of participatory ergonomic in the physical work environment, particularly in relation to musculoskeletal disorder among works. Methodology, object. The methodology employed in Chandra's research on participatory ergonomic is primarily an literature review that synthesizes access studied and framework related to the implementation of macroergonomic practice in physical work environment, and the research focus on identifying and analyzing the effectiveness of participatory ergonomic in mitigating musculoskeletal disorder among workers, particularly in high-rise industries such as healthcare and meat processing. And discuss the result and discuss this section of Chandra research on the implementation of macroergonomic significant insight into the effectiveness of participatory ergonomic in mitigating musculoskeletal disorder among workers. The finding indicate that a substantial proportion of the workforce is affected by MSD, with a study showing that 16% of 42 workers survey report such disorder, with prior research indicate that between 40% to 80% of work experience musculoskeletal complaint. The conclusion of this research on the implementation of the macroergonomic participatory practice emphasizes the critical importance of the participatory ergonomic in enhancing workplace safety and health, particularly in reducing the prevalence of the musculoskeletal disorder among workers. The study highlights that traditional ergonomic interventions have often been ineffective due to their top-down approach, with which tends to impose solution without the adequately involving work in the decision-making process. This lack of the engagement can lead to increased stress and reduced productivity as work may feel alienated from the change being implemented in their work environment.
Selanjutnya, jurnal yang berjudul Implementation of Rapid Upper Limb Assessment Technique in Automotive Parts Manufacturing Industry yang ditulis oleh Arun Kumar, P. Ramesh, Skanda yang ditulis pada tahun 2019. Research objective and the studies review. The primary object of discussion are the specific tasks performed by workers in manufacturing setting, such as the operation and automotive parts manufacturing. For instance, Arun Kumar et al. Highlight that repetitive lifting and variation in lifting heights are significant contributors to MSDS among the latch workers. Methodology subject-object. The methods employed in the studies include the rapid upper limb assessment, the rapid entire body assessment, and the OPACU work posture analysis. The subject of the studies predominantly include work in manufacturing industries, particularly those engaged in tasks that require repetitive motion or work postures. Results and discussion. The need for ergonomic intervention to enhance worker safety and productive. The studies collective argue that by adapting ergonomic particles, employers can create safer working environment with minimal investment. The successful implementation of RULA, as noted in the automotive industry case study, illustrates the effectiveness of this assessment in addressing safety concerns proactively. Conclusion. In conclusion, the journal underscores the importance of ergonomic assessment in reducing the inequality of MSDS. In manufacturing setting, the studies advocate for the adoption of tools like RULA and REBA to systematically evaluate and improve workplace ergonomics. The overarching message is the proper ergonomic intervention not only enhance worker comfort and safety, but also contribute to overall productivity in the workplace.
Selanjutnya review jurnal dengan judul The Optimization Production of Small Enterprise Based on Ergonomics Perspective dengan penulis Anang Ferry Ramadan Pratama, Kukuh Lukianto pada tahun 2021. Research objective. The objects of the study include various ergonomic dimensions such as physical, organizational, cognitive, and psychosocial aspects. These dimensions are critical as they collectively influence employee performance and satisfaction. Methodology subject object. The study employs a qualitative phenomenological method to explore the implementation of ergonomics in micro and medium enterprise, focusing on the workers' viewpoints. This methodological approach is particularly effective in revealing the nuanced challenges and perceptions related to ergonomic practice within this business context. The subjects discussed in the journal primarily revolve around micro and medium enterprises, particularly focusing on the challenges faced by novice business owners in implementing ergonomic principles. Results and discussion. Results from the study reveal that the implementation of ergonomic is not maximized in micro business, leading to various problems including disturbance in movement, comfort, and body position, as well as low motivation among workers to improve ergonomic conditions. The research underscores that work targets should be aligned with the capabilities of workers to mitigate fatigue and stress, which are detrimental to employee satisfaction and productivity. Conclusion. In conclusion, the study advocates for a reduction of work activities and environment to enhance employee welfare and productivity. It suggests that addressing ergonomic issues through strategic modifications to lead to improved operational efficiency in micro and medium enterprises. The findings call for increased awareness and education regarding ergonomic practice among small business owners to foster a healthier and more productive work environment.
Untuk jurnal yang terakhir dengan judul Digital Human Modeling for Improving Work Environment for Especially Ablet and Adelaide, yang ditulis oleh Charu M. Muria, Saugata Karmakar, Amarendra Kumar Das, yang pada tahun 2019. Research objective. The primary objective is to leverage DHM as tool for ergonomic analysis and design optimization, thereby improving accessibility and comfort in various work settings. The methods employed in the research include creation of anthropometric database specific to elderly and specially abled individuals, which serve as a foundation for developing virtual human model. This utilized to simulate interaction with work environment and evaluate ergonomic factor such as reach, posture, and comfort. The subject of the study primarily consists of elderly individuals and those with disabilities whose physical characteristic and mobility constraints are modeled using DHM software. Lalu untuk result a discussion, the result indicate that DHM can significantly reduce developmental cost and design time by for physical prototype are construct. Furthermore, the finding highlight the importance of universal design principle in creating inclusive workspace that accommodate the needs of all users, particularly those with mobility challenge. In the discussion, the article elaborates on various applications of DHM across different sectors, including healthcare, transportation, and manufacturing. For example, the study mentioned the successful use of DHM in improving the design of medical device and workstation, thereby enhancing user comfort and safety. Conclusion. The conclusion drawn from the research underscore the critical role of DHM in fostering inclusive design practice. The study advocates for the adoption of DHM as a standard tool and the design process and ensure the product and work environment acce- accessible to elderly and specially able individual. It emphasizes that such proactive design approaches not only enhance user to experience but also promote greater participation of this population in various aspects of life, including employment and social engagement. Mungkin itu untuk kelompok kita dari kita. Sebelumnya mohon maaf jika banyak kesalahan. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.